In ancient East Asian philosophy, there is a legendary four-character idiom, Ugongisan. Literally, the foolish old man moves a mountain. Today, we reinterpret this story for the modern age, not as a tale of wisdom, but as the origin story of unstoppable, unreasonable, almost terrifying positivity. Our hero is Mr. Kim, a Korean man, retired, extremely motivated, for no clear reason. He lives in a quaint village, nestled peacefully at the foot of a giant, inconvenient mountain. This isn't just a hill. It's a colossal wall of granite that forces everyone to take a long, winding detour every single day. Generations have accepted this. It's a fact of life, like taxes or mosquitoes. But one day, Mr. Kim, sipping his morning tea, stares at the mountain with a peculiar glint in his eye. A thought forms, a terrible, wonderful, completely absurd thought. He turns to his neighbor, who is watering his kimchi pots, and declares with the cheerfulness of a man who has just won the lottery, "Yeah, I'll move that." The neighbor pauses, a drop of water frozen on the tip of his watering can. "The mountain?" Another villager, overhearing this, chimes in, "Was what? A government contract? A fleet of bulldozers?" Mr. Kim just beams, holding up his bare, wrinkled hands. "My hands!" And at that moment, logic packs its bags, puts on a tiny hat, and quietly leaves the village, never to be seen again. And so it begins. Every morning, like clockwork, Mr. Kim wakes up at the crack of dawn. He eats a hearty bowl of rice, does a few surprisingly limber stretches, and heads to the mountain armed with his weapon of choice, a tiny, almost comically small garden shovel. He approaches the base of the stone giant, finds a good spot, and starts digging. It's not a powerful, earth-shattering dig. It's more of a gentle tap, tap, tap. He works diligently all day, and by sunset, he has successfully filled exactly one small bucket with dirt and rock. One bucket. He wheels it to the other side of his house, dumps it, and calls it a day, looking immensely satisfied. A group of village elders, playing Go under a nearby tree, have been watching this spectacle. One of them does some quick math on his abacus. At this speed, he announces to the group, "It will take him approximately 10,000 years to move this mountain." Mr. Kim overhears this and his smile widens. "Perfect! I'm not in a hurry." This isn't confidence, you see. This isn't even optimism. This is industrial grade, weapons level, next dimension positivity. Naturally, the mockery phase begins. The villagers, at first confused, are now thoroughly amused. They see it as free, daily entertainment. "Hey, Mr. Kim!" shouts one young man on his way to the market. "Why don't you just go around the mountain like the rest of us?" Mr. Kim, wiping sweat from his brow, looks up and replies with genuine enthusiasm, "Where's the fun in that?" Another villager, a pragmatic woman known for her sharp tongue, points at the mountain and then back at him. "You'll never finish this in your lifetime." Mr. Kim gives her a big, friendly thumbs up. "That's great. It means I'll always have something to do." He does not hear criticism. His brain has a unique filter. It takes words like impossible and crazy and translates them into encouragement. "And you are doing great, buddy." He is a positivity alchemist, turning doubt into fuel. The local children start drawing pictures of him with his tiny shovel, fighting the giant mountain like a superhero. He hangs them proudly on his wall. Years pass. Seasons change. The world outside the village evolves, but one thing remains constant. Mr. Kim and his shovel. He grows older. His back is a little more stooped, his hair a little wider, but his spirit remains aggressively, relentlessly positive. He knows he's not immortal. So, one evening, he sits his son down for a serious talk. "Son," he begins, his eyes twinkling, "if I die before the mountain is gone," the son, a nervous, practical man who has lived his entire life in the shadow of this project, starts to sweat. "Dad, please," but Mr. Kim continues, placing a firm hand on his shoulder. "You keep digging." The son looks from his father's determined face to the impossibly large mountain outside the window and feels a deep, ancestral dread. And if the son dies, the grandson digs. And if the grandson dies, the great-grandson digs. And if the whole lineage runs out, the cat will probably be trained to dig. This is no longer a plan. This has become a family curse, passed down not through blood, but through sheer, unyielding optimism. And believe it or not, the spirit of Yugon, of this foolish old man, lives on today, all around us. It's in that startup CEO, standing in front of a whiteboard, whose product is a complete mess. He looks at his stressed-out engineers and says with a confident smile, "Don't worry. We'll fix all 3,000 bugs in version 27. It is in that gym trainer yelling over the loud music. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. One more set." It's in that office worker, staring at a mountain of paperwork at PM, who thinks, "I'll just work a little harder, maybe sleep 4 hours tonight." They are all the spiritual descendants of Mr. Kim, smiling, sweating, and completely ignoring the overwhelming evidence of reality. They have a problem, a shovel, and an infinite supply of hope. Back in the village, the legend says that the gods, watching from their celestial palace up in the clouds, eventually started to feel uncomfortable. God number 1 nudges God number 2. "Hey, look down there. He's still digging." God number 2 peers over the edge of a cloud. "Oh my, is that the same guy? How long has it been?" A third god checks a cosmic calendar. 900 years. His great-great-great-great-grandson is on duty now. There's a long, divine silence. "This is awkward," God number 1 finally admits. "His persistence is making us look lazy." So, with a collective sigh, the gods decide to intervene. Not out of pity, but out of sheer social pressure. With a mighty, earth-shaking rumble, they lift the entire mountain and teleport it to the other side of the country. Down below, the ground settles. The villagers pour out of their homes, shouting and cheering. The path is finally clear. But in the middle of the celebration stands Mr. Kim's descendant, holding the family shovel, blinking in the sudden, unobstructed sunlight. He looks at the empty space where the mountain used to be, then at his hands, and says with a hint of disappointment, "Oh, I was really enjoying that." And that is Ugongisan, the foolish old man who moves a mountain. The story isn't really about efficiency or strategy. It's a testament to the strange, baffling power of simply refusing to stop. Sometimes the most illogical path is the only one that gets you there, not because it's smart, but because it outlasts everything else. He succeeded not because it makes sense, but because giving up never even crossed his mind. Thanks for watching.